All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for some current events in the online fitness community. Let me get a sip of my water. Sip on that haterade. So I got a beautiful shout out from Marc Lobliner over at Tiger Fitness this afternoon. Went ahead and wrote on his wall. Thought I would address it here for you lovely ladies and gentlemen. Marc came in. Of course, he called me a whore and a sex worker. We're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to get to that in a minute. You know, because he doesn't whore supplements that don't work. Okay. All right. So he saw my OnlyFans. I didn't actually said some very nice words. Said that he's seen to have my coaching business, powerlifting. I appreciate that in the opening intro that start with me with a 635 deadlift. You guys can see the calibrated plates there. I'm in my late 40s, guys. You see that 635 deadlift. Then Marc went on to talk about my OnlyFans. Now, you guys notice in the thumbnail, I got the screenshot right there when he kind of pulled my shirtless picture up there. You saw his little tongue. He was like, that's what his face looked like, right? He said in there, actually, he looking kind of, says enticing. I'm actually a little bit aroused. Marc said he got a little bit aroused. I think Marc wants a repeat of that goat episode. You guys remember the goat story, right? From way back in the day when I used to do a little bit of writing for Tiger Fitness. Told that goat story. Do you guys remember the goat story? Anybody? Maybe people can go back and refer to it. Somebody will do a collaboration later of this and they'll splice all that together with the goat story with Marc. Marc, it sounds like you want a repeat of that goat. Here's the thing though, guys. I appreciate the shout out to my OnlyFans. You should go join it. He technically shouted out, right? Hey, White, I'll get to you in a minute. I do that in consultations, dude. It's $100 an hour. You already know I do this as a regular service, multiple people a week. So that's called a video consultation. Yeah, no, that's a consultation. So you need a consultation. Yeah. So let's get back over to the Lobliner thing. Those are $100 an hour. It's not coaching. So Marc gave me a shout out there, mentioned all that. Here's the funny thing. You can ask questions, but I'm not going to, let me finish my intro and then we can get to you, White. It's okay. It's all good. You can type your stuff out. Get it ready. If you want to start taking questions, I'll get to them. Okay. So back over to the point. So Marc said that I looked sexy, and he said he was aroused, and I appreciate that. I know that as a serious bodybuilder that, you have high standards in these things, right? When you're checking other men out. So the funny thing is he talked about people's arcs and calorie muscle doing all this stuff and called it G4P. Technically, I'm not doing anything gay. A woman taking photographs of you that are artistic, that are for whatever audience wants to use them. And so far, all of my subscribers on there have been women, actually. I'm sure plenty of dudes will join later. It's been all women so far, at least women names, right? Right? I already showed you guys one earlier in the stream. So that's okay, though, man. I mean, you can call it whatever you want. But here's the funny thing. He said these people are soft. All these influencers are soft. They're all whores. They're all sex workers. They should go get a real job, a man's job, pouring concrete. But Marc, you forget, I've already done that sort of work. I've already worked natural gas platforms. I've already done work inside chemical plants in my 20s. I've done all that stuff. You think I won't feel like doing all that? I'm running an online coaching business. I'm running a successful business. Yes, I have all these side ventures. Do you know why? Because $20 is $20. I'm strictly taco, no burrito. But at the end of the day, $20 is $20. And like you said, every $15 adds up. I'm a businessman. Not a businessman like you, Marc. I'm a businessman. My name is business. People say my name to make money. People have built their whole reputations like natural hypertrophy by talking about me. I'm a businessman. And this is just another business venture. But I do appreciate the shout out. But the funny thing is, he called that a whore. But here's the weird thing. When I used to work as a technician, as a natural gas compressor mechanic, I had a boss named a guy named Steve. Guy named Steve who used to joke and say, "Hey man, we're just road whores." Like you're gonna call me a whore for having some sexy erotic photos up that aren't even actually anything past R rated. They're artistically done. Work off to me anyways. I do shirtless stuff. I might as well get paid for it. So we'll get paid, baby. Now, that being said, Steve used to say, "We're just road whores." He goes, "Man, we're all just whores anyways of a different type." While we were doing that sort of work, he goes, "We're nothing but whores for these natural gas companies." He said, "We're just dirty whores to get used and thrown away." That's what my boss said when we did that type of work. When I did really hard physical work. So I think you got me confused with somebody else. We already knew we were whores back then. Just back then, we were working a big, hard corporate job, getting paid hazard pay for the work we did. And the other thing, Mark, you literally are a whore in supplements. You whore test boosters. Remember your whole thing with Insurgent work? You're going to have to probably repaste a lot of that in the bill. Right? I've told you guys repeatedly, stop doing the fast bulks and cuts. I've already told you guys over and over and over and over to stop doing that. So get to the body fat you want to get to and slow bulk next time I gain 1 pound a month. Do it carefully, quit bulking. I feel like a broken record with that. You're probably new to my channel, White, and that's okay. I can appreciate that. But go watch my more current videos on this and why you don't need to bulk, why you should recomp, why if you bulk, it needs to be very, 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 very slow. Stop bulking and cutting fast. You're going to have made no progress after a year with what you're doing. So just stop. Problem solved. Okay. So get back over to the topic at hand. So I answered your question. But yeah, he's at least I'm providing something that works. I'm providing something that actually works. Now, I will give Marc credit, even though a lot of this stuff doesn't work, pre-workouts, test boosters. His actual protein's pretty good. Right. To be fair, Marc's protein is actually legit. I actually will give credit where credit is due. His protein tastes pretty good. Just like he admitted I look sexy in those pictures, he's going to give credit where credit is due. I'll give credit to his MTS whey. It's actually pretty legit, even if a lot of the other stuff is useless. I mean, I have to be honest on that one. His protein tastes pretty damn good, and it did test okay. So, all right. I'll give credit where credit is due, Marc. Whores and sex workers, lazy, except that, Marc, you've done nothing but the supplement industry since you were 18. You've done nothing but supplement industry since you were 18. I've at least gone and done that sort of work you're talking about. The whole sort of work you're talking about, while you were doing supplement companies, I was in 115 degree in engine rooms wearing Nomex. Just saying, Marc, you don't really get to talk. You don't really get to talk there. You've done nothing but supplement sales your entire adult life. And Marc, let's not pretend that you're the bastion of sexual morality, because we all know. So let's just stop there without me saying anything further. Let's not pretend that you have been completely morally pure in every way there. I'm not even having sex with anybody with what I'm doing. Not cheating on anybody. I'm not banging other dudes. It's some pictures in my blue jeans and my butt cheeks a little every now and then. Maybe I'm going to do some with a cowboy hat covering myself and some boots on. So what's the problem, Marc? What's the problem, Marc? No, it hasn't been any men. It's been only women so far, Clint. I'm expecting eventually, right? I took a look at Jeff's side. He posts in underwear. God, nothing I'm doing hasn't been done by all these Marvel superheroes and DC comic people on the big screen, right? Has it not? Did you guys see the last Thor movie? So if I'm gonna work out and be fit, why can't I make money off of it? Why can low calories cause tendon issues? Yes, if you're having overuse issues. So bump your protein up. So you need a consultation at this point based on all the stuff you're describing. You do need a consultation. Hit me up on Facebook. In my link of stuff, not just OnlyFans, my Facebook is in there. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a message, brother. But that's what I have to say to Marc about that. So let's get over to some other topics. But Marc, I totally appreciate you letting me know that you were very aroused by my picture. And that's a good endorsement. I appreciate shouting out my OnlyFans and my coaching business. Do I have to have cut to have abs and what? Yeah, White, you have to get leaner to have abs, bro. That is the only way around it. Well, flat stomach, maybe you could recomp. White, you could just recomposition for the next year. Your height and weight, you could do a recomp right now. Keep your protein high, stay at maintenance, focus on your training. Done. Dang, I thought you would have some clients. I do have some. It's just that they haven't been dudes. It's so far, I have 4 women signed up. They're all women, from what I can tell, the names. But I'm sure more will roll in. Why haven't you rolled in, Clint? I think the difference is that you are a big promoter of healthy masculinity. You believe in something. I don't have a problem at all, Ruben. You know what? I'm going to show my physique. I can show my body. I don't think this is a problem. You can't lift weights and show what you have. I've told guys to be confident. How about all the things I've told these guys to quit being insecure and be confident? That's part of healthy masculinity. I've never listened to Genetic Beast, but let's get rid of your goofball butt. All right. Now, Clint, because the OnlyFans is not related to my coaching. I've had plenty of clients say, we don't care whatever stuff people say about you. We only care about the results we get. My clients get results. That's all that matters. People are paying you for results. Now, here's the other thing. Clint, maybe more gay dudes would hire me because of the OnlyFans. This isn't going to hurt my business at all. So you might want to think about the way that works. Coach, has your opinion changed on creatine? My opinion is always based on literally the research. The newest research says creatine works. It doesn't work as well as we thought it did for 20 years. It does work a little bit, right? So that's it. That's my opinion. I agree with the meta-analysis on creatine, no matter what it happens to be. I follow the evidence on that one. Coach, no joke, approaching a legit 10% body fat. Might be there already. Thanks for all the help, dude. Slowly cut a touch more and then it's very lean bulk and here on out 3 to 5 pounds a year. See, Matt, could you answer their questions? You're a channel contributor, right? Do you care that I'm doing an OnlyFans or are you just happy for the advice I've given you over the years? It's helped and giving you the results. Feel free to let them know. It's just a regular thirst trap that a lot of gym guys do. Yep. Well, Ruben, who says I'm a prostitute? Again, you're going to talk about judging people. Really? I got pictures on the internet. So, Ruben, I'm just going to get rid of you. We don't need your negativity. Like people say 160, 510, it is already small. You could recomp and then lean bulk. It's very straightforward, dude. Then quit cutting. You don't need to be under 160. I already told you to recomp a couple times. I'm here for the info. I don't care about the OnlyFans. I'm the one who told you to pole dance to the Firewoman. You did say that, Matt. And the Cult is a great band. Actually, I love the Cult. And Firewoman's a great song. So I've noticed that creatine does help you push out the last rep on the bench press unloaded. Yeah, possibly. I don't have a problem cutting more. Well, White, I'm not going to suggest that you cut more. I told you to recomp. Hey, Coach, I haven't watched your videos in a while. What program do your clients do? Last time I checked. Now, my clients run at least 6 or 7 different templates. It is completely based upon their individual needs. Also, awesome channel. Appreciate it. White, just recomp until you get a little leaner and then lean bulk up, maybe a pound a month. Why did Pocket Liner come out of left field? It's okay, Clarion. Technically, he was a little insulting at the end, but that's okay. It technically was a shout out. The whole first part was a shout out. He talked about my coaching being good. He said that I was sexy. He said that he was aroused looking at my picture, and he even encouraged people to support me. And then he went in. It wasn't really that much of an attack. But did you not catch the hint in there, Clarion? Did you not catch the hint? He dropped you another subtle hint. Watch the video carefully. I'm not going to say what it is. Why do people suggest get to 10? 10% leaner than you think it is. What is your favorite Hawaiian island? I've never visited Hawaii. You come a very long way. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yep, I appreciate it. We have lost over 100 pounds. I had to learn to walk again at one time. We've done good. Not really. I mean, Greg, you'll have to research exactly how their transaction works. I'm not going to explain OnlyFans' entire transaction system to you, dude. You can go do a little reading. Not the purpose of my live streams. If it was only the first 3 minutes, it would have been a great video. Yeah, exactly. And it ultimately, the whole first part was a shout out. Looks like business is doing good. Thanks for all the knowledge you share. Keep at it, Coach. Hey, man, I appreciate it, Russell. And I hope you keep making gains. White, because you lost muscle at the 140. Because when you dieted down that hard, you lost muscle. You need to keep it recomp now and then lean bulk only. But you need to get bigger before you ever think about another cut. How much would 6 months of coaching from you cost? At the current rate, Jorgen, I'm running at 200 a month. I will be going back to 250 probably soon, but I'm still running the 200 a month for people who come on. So it would be 1,200, unless you want to buy a package, in which case we can discuss a discount. I do packages at 10% off if you buy 6 months up front. What helped a lot as I've been cutting is a super high protein at about 50%. Yeah, ultra high protein is really the key. Yep. Just got a camber bar. Did it take you some time to get used to the weight distribution and balance when you started? Joe, I'm laughing when I read that. Oh, yeah. It takes a little time, man. It's going to take you a couple of weeks. He did admit you kept him relevant. You kind of propped up a dozen of these guys for years when I did all the drama. Because I used to spit a lot of fire. And I think people remember that 10 years ago. All right, I'm more chill in my old age. So cutting more, no white. At this point, keep the protein high. Keep the protein high and just recomposition at 160, dude, for at least 6 months. Low bar and high bar, I have whole videos discussing the differences between high bar and low bar in terms of how they affect the body, quad versus glute ratios, all sorts of stuff. I think Marc is just jealous he didn't have the courage to open his own OnlyFans page. It might be, Alan. Are you guys following it or not, by the way? How many of you guys, aren't you guys joining up? JT, you should follow my OnlyFans, man. Maybe Marc will follow it. He might. He'll be reminiscent about the goat story. You guys do remember that, right? When I trolled him hard on that in a video. That was a classic that got remixed by dozens of channels. Intermittent fasting helped too. Don't eat till noon. And that's how I do it. That's how I'd love to do it, Matt. Keep that protein high. Don't eat till noon. That's pretty much how I live. So long femurs. Yeah, you're going to have to low bar for that. My wife would kill me if I opened an OnlyFans account. Well, she might. You could do one with her together. Since your grip is being taxed a lot in your workouts, do you do anything specific to train your hand extensors to maintain balance? No, not really. I used to do forearm isolation work, but I don't need any of it. I mean, at this point, I rely just upon all my pulling to build my forearms with no straps, right? I got plenty of forearm. You guys think there's no CGI here. This is live stream. No Photoshop, no CGI, just forearms. I don't do any direct forearm work right now. I literally just do lots of pulling without straps, but I do some hammer stuff because of the way I do those alternating curls and things. Mark is like, oh man, don't be mean, man. Don't be mean. Do you think ex-girlfriends will join your OnlyFans? Now that's funny. Ooh. I would laugh if some of them messaged me. All right. I can eat a small high protein breakfast and don't eat till 4 or 5. I can focus better at work. But I'm not going to talk about ex-girlfriends on here. I'm going to be nice. I can eat a small high protein breakfast and then don't eat till 4 or 5. I can focus better at work. That's a viable strategy too. Can fixing to low bar help my low back pain? Maybe. You need to build your low back up. This is why you might need a consultation, right? We can address low back work capacity and recovery. Something I do for a lot of my lifters early on. Is mixing creatine in your protein shake fine, or the benefits identical, man? That's how I've always done it, really. Perfectly fine. All the data says that it is. In fact, if people want to argue about anything, the insulin response from the protein shake might help. Keep in mind, whey protein is very insulinogenic. Pretty sure I have a fear of weight gain now because of my quit overbulking. So I tell you guys not to do this. Like, just stop. You're going to be so much happier if you don't overbulk. Just go slow. Keep that protein super high. Lean bulk. There's no need for all the getting fat. There's no need for it. You don't have to do it. We could make the case that a calorie surplus may not even be necessary for good muscle growth at all. The only thing is you might need to eventually gain weight because you don't want to be 160 and super lean. Feeling pressure on the knees when box squatting with a wide stance, spreading the floor, etc., still caving. Fix your glutes, Chad. Okay. If you're having this problem on a wide stance when you're sitting back correctly, are your hamstrings weak? Are you able to sit back correctly? Or you still have knee slide? So if you have knee slide, it's your hamstrings are weak. If you don't have knee slide and you're still having the knee caving off of a wide stance box and they hurt, your glutes are weak. Fix it. Coach, I need advice on how to politely tell this dude I'm not interested. I've told him, well, that's where you messed up, man. Okay. Extraterrestrial, you got it mixed up. Taco burrito. Okay. You need to tell him you're strictly taco, not burrito. That's where you done messed up, dude. Okay, think about what a taco looks like, right? Right? A taco versus a burrito. You told him you ended the pinor. You got it backwards. You eat the taco, man, if you're straight. Bro, come on. Yes, what you done messed up. That's why he's after you. You done told him you prefer the burrito to the taco. You got to use my line. You got to be like, don't use my whole line. That's not going to work either. Because my line is normally, I'm strictly taco, no burrito. Just don't throw in that $20 part, that I do for the OnlyFans. The $20 is $20. To track your food and the fear will go away because you have data, which helps. I agree with that. I don't know to be a success. That's not how it works. You can't just determine that. At 5'10", 160 in perfect position to lean, but just recomp for a bit then, because you said you still feel fluffy. Recomp. If you have long femurs, you're probably going to need the low bar. I'm just telling you how it is. Now, since my protein is so high at the moment, when I go back to really slow bulking, gaining weight, should I add 150 pounds? Maybe you could. Future legend always mix creatine into my whey protein. It's the same. I agree with that. What? Jake's, is dating a bigger girl in the hopes of getting her leaner a good idea? Dude, okay. You got to strategize carefully with that. What I will say, okay, are you guys ready for this? Big girls who get fit are fantastic. Do you know why? Because they still have that heavy girl personality. Okay. A lot of bigger girls, they have to be extra nice and bubbly to be okay at work. They got to be the bubbly, happy one in the group a lot of times. See what I'm saying? They tend to have that good personality. You always get that. She's got a great personality. You hear that from the other girls and they try to set you up with her. Okay. There's truth to that. So then when they get into shape, what you find, they don't get that same ego that they think they're better than everyone. A lot of the heavier girls, when they get into shape, are still really humble and they're really sweet. They still keep that sweet personality. That's a good combination, dude. That's actually a solid win. Extra because you told him you're into burrito. Now, as far as dating her, the thing is, you can't be telling her, like, just get her. If you can get her into lifting. I had a friend who did this, but he met one at the gym already. This was in a different era, and he was super fit. He was on gear, pretty lean most of the time. And he started chatting with a girl who was in there, just started working out. She was a nurse. She was on the treadmill trying to lose her first 50 pounds. He started talking to her and dating her, right? And then she got in really good shape, and they were still together and got engaged. It's like, dude, he got the timing perfect. Greg says, I agree. Talking about with the girls, yeah. Well, I don't really feel fluffy now, but I don't like that my abs are covered. Feel like I should be in a no. Then quit the deficit. I just told you to recomp. I don't know, Jason. That would be really ideal, right? Have you ever used ChatGPT to track your food? No. That guy had it, Matt. He did, and she was an RN already. She was a nurse, so good career, and she had a pretty face. But he caught her like her first week at the gym. Notice you're over here running on the treadmill all the time. And he's like kind of charmed her to like, why don't you come over to the weights? Come work out with me. And he talked her into going over there and working out. And they were dating within a week. Then he's working out with her because she was already in there busting her ass on that treadmill. And she was about 60, 70 pounds overweight. So she went from like 200 down to about 130. But she was pretty, she had a pretty face. So then all of a sudden, he's got this girl with a good body. She's pretty. She's an RN with a good career. And he was a personal trainer at the time. It's just like he was planning. That was, dude. His name was Matt. And it's like, his name was Matt, just like you. His name was Matt. I was just like, dude. Every time the guys at the gym, I would never think, or gee, but they hit on me. And it's just, whatever, man. I've noticed the bigger I've gotten, the more into bigger girls. Were you the same? What? Not really. I know a coworker who would get a lot of girls hang out. He claimed, but I don't know about that. Clarion, I don't think so. You think getting it might, or it might only if you improve confidence with it. If you're not confident, it won't. It's 50 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat, 200 grams of protein per day, too restrictive for cutting. That's really low. Are you talking about a woman or a man? Dang, I don't have that sort of charm, unfortunately. Music says I'm in a position because of my job where I can only work out one time a week. If I do a push-pull legs all in one day, but split out through the day, can I do the same? No, you're going to have problems with the distribution of the muscle fiber. It's not going to work as well as if you split it up. She probably makes more than him, probably. Have you ever used? No. Why do I need ChatGPT? I don't need that to track my calories. I can just track my calories. What are the signs? Well, usually the sign is he likes other dudes. Like he likes to have sex with other men. That's usually the dead giveaway. Why did Pocket Liner assume you're doing G for P? Do you think he's hoping you are? Probably. What are good careers to pursue as a college student? I don't know. Extraterrestrial, maybe you might be triggering their gaydar, dude. I'm just saying. But you probably work out if you're over here too, so that happens a lot. Yeah, Clarion's right. Engineering degrees are never a bad choice. If you're good at calculus, can you take a derivative? Don't go into that. Not exactly, man. I mean, that's like 19 out of 20 times. Like you pegged it right there. Pardon the pun. I try to be super masculine, but maybe that. No, dude, that's not helping you. A physical rehab assistant, I don't know, maybe. Anything medical related. Anything in the medical field too. Whether it's a doctor, physician's assistant, a registered nurse, they do good. But he's asking about college guys. He's asking about degrees. But yeah, definitely linemen, welders, welding, if you want to trade. Yeah, terrestrial loves you good. I'd rather the girls who lift than the cardio bunnies personally. Not that cardio bunnies aren't nice. I do appreciate a little muscle on a woman. You're in the top 10% of your class, so that helps. Trade freelancer. Yeah. What else we got? Damn, Clarion. I just popped in to say outrageous French accent. Have a good night, Nick. I appreciate it. We're talking about natural hypertrophy. This rice bucket challenge. I am doing the rice bucket challenge so that I will have forearms like Naruto. I will one day catch Jess and Blaha. But I'm going to keep lifting with straps and do the rice bucket challenge, hoping to surpass what Jess and Blaha has done. Right, that guy. Is he an Asian associate? You guys don't know who Lobliner is, man? I even did business with Marc in the past. He used to pay me $400 a page to write articles for him. But we had a falling out. Trying to get a feel for what fitness influencers make. It's never going to be a fixed number. You're going to have to dip into all sorts of buckets. I literally have 5 different small income streams all tied in online. Claire, I'm trying to learn how to automate finance. Blah, blah, blah. Government always has work. The government might not be having work right now. Lobster. I remember the lobster liner. We had pocket liner, lobster liner, all that. Theoretical base majors will not be impactful in the near future due to AI. Use Python and Excel. Maybe. All right. What else we got going here, people? We had some good little questions here today. We're getting a good turnout in spite of not too many trolls in here. I just want to major in communication because I'm paying like nothing to go and do coding every day on the side of my work. Okay. I don't know what any of you guys are talking about now. We're talking about, I got Python skin boots. You guys have seen them. All right. I have no idea. It was posted there at one time. I don't know if it's still there. It's definitely up on Muscle and Strength. Why does Lobliner think you are desperate for money and making OnlyFans all about the outreach? It's all about the money too. I'm just looking to make extra income streams, man. I got taxes to pay. I'm kind of hoping. So people are like, "Why are you doing money?" Honestly, because I got taxes to pay. My taxes are killing me. Um, but maybe they'll close the IRS like they're talking about. We'll see. Just get rid of it. Like most of my problems in life would be gone if the IRS just disappeared, honestly. Like 80% of my life stress. Okay, 60% of my life stress would go away. Yeah, Alan, exactly, dude. I know you always want a real answer. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you being a whore? Dude, I'm gonna be a whore to pay my taxes, man. What are you talking about? The Biden administration and the taxes is a problem. Like really, they get me over a barrel. Like, I mean, people are talking about doing G for P, man. I mean, I already get effed without any reach around or lube by the IRS every single year, you know, and that's not even consensual. They're not like asking or giving me a kiss on the cheek or foreplay or anything. They're just like, you know, I wish the IRS would at least give me a little foreplay, maybe kiss my cheek or my neck or something first, you know. Alan, I get it. Being single and self-employed, that's me. I am unmarried and I'm self-employed with no dependents. I didn't get rated. So, yeah. YouTube for work. Yeah, dude, I put they get all my W-9s and my 1090. My 1099s are really what kills me. Like, do y'all really have to send all of them directly to it? It's like those 1099s on that self-employed. So those 1099 misses really get me self-employed. Like that adds up so fast. Because it's like, oh, we get one from Facebook. We get another one from YouTube. We get another one from PayPal. Thank you, PayPal. So you guys take your 3% cut and then you send a 1099 miss to the IRS for my coaching clients who are on PayPal. No, it's nothing to do with anyone being sent on me. It's literally due to what's on my tax returns. Why did Mark automatically assume you were gay and he called you a prostitute? Right? They just did assume. But I'm strictly taco. I'm strictly taco, no burrito. You know. But it was funny. I mean, we know why he said it. He admitted he was aroused. He said, I'm actually aroused by this picture. It's actually very seductive. That's what the man said. You notice in the thumbnail I put up, he's got the tongue like this. When he's looking at the picture, he looks just like that in the thumbnail while my picture's on the screen. He did call me sexy, and he said he was aroused. Alan, a lot of my people are not up to speed. I mean, yeah, I've got like a guy in Singapore who uses Bitcoin. Well, Mark is married, but there's I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to go there. I'm not trying to get sued. All right. You're right, Clarion. Mark is married, and Mark has never, ever had sex with anybody outside of his marriage. Nobody knows anything about any such events. His wife is going to go grind her on his. Ooh, we all know what you mean. Vegan Gains 2.0. Right. Speaking of which, Vegan Gains says I wasn't going to make a single penny. Did he not say that? Did he not say that? He said it would make a single penny. Because I've had the OnlyFans, what day are we on? I started it Saturday. This is Tuesday. Wait, hold on. I thought I had something here. I have one over here. What's going on, Gmail? Look, you don't need to tell me how to do my taxes, bro. I'm good. Oh, well, did I accidentally delete stuff? Oh, well, it doesn't even matter anymore, I suppose. Yeah, being gained, shove stuff up his booty hole. He does it. I already showed you guys emails already showing me things. Declare bankrupt. No, I'm not doing that. Extraterrestrial, I'm about to get rid of you if you keep telling me how to do my taxes. No, I'm kidding. There's a YouTube for work guy. That's the one who's doing it. Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm good. I don't need you to explain to me how taxes work. I've been self-employed a long time. Jason's not D. I don't know what that means. Yeah, that's not how it works. You don't get out of taxes just because you declare bankruptcy. Marc is saying you need to get a real job, and he's never had one. And the funny thing is, I said that all earlier on, Clarion. As I pointed out, he's talking about people pouring concrete. I worked in my 20s. I did really hard work. He's talking about people being soft. He's never done as hard a work as I did in my 20s. I literally worked on natural gas platforms and in chemical plants on natural gas compressors and in engine rooms. He's never done anything like that. He's been in the supplement industry since he was 18. So what's he talking about? I've already done that stuff. He hasn't. So I don't know what he's trying to say. He's like, well, I'd go get a real job if something went wrong. Well, you've never worked anywhere with the supplement industry, Marc. Your whole life. You've admitted it. You've documented it. Since you were 18 years old, you got right in at the ground level. So come on. So, hey, White, I don't answer the same questions over and over. You're going to find that from me. Once I give you an answer, a clear answer, I don't repeat myself. Do you think taking orders from another man as a boss is the primary reason you're not riding to stay in? Dude, yeah, that's a big deal for me. Having some other dude telling me what to do all day definitely was not my style. All right. Wait, looking through the window. I can assure you there's nobody out there, dude. That's just my reflection stuff. Trust me, nobody coming in my backyard. I can assure you. Yeah, like Marc could go run apple. Are protein bars worth it? No. You see me eating protein bars? Probably is stuff moving. There's squirrels and birds. Right? Yeah. Why don't you eat a steak, White? Always better to be self-employed if you can. And accept that 15.3% self-employed tax penalty. Do I need to close the blinds so that you guys shut up about the stupid window? Because I will. Difference is, yeah, exactly. He's made millions of dollars off of selling scam supplements. He didn't have to worry about that stuff. Yeah, I don't want to say a joke. To my right is over here. Yeah. Marc sold his soul. Would equal trespass. So why do they penalize entrepreneurs? Here's their explanation is because they claim that the company pays a chunk of your taxes for all this extra Social Security and stuff. And since they don't pay that chunk, that you have to pay it yourself. Favorite Optimum Nutrition protein flavor. I like the extreme chocolate, but I like the cookies and cream. Sometimes the mint chocolate chip, but I get tired of the mint chocolate chip really fast though. I'm not kidding. Why are you scared, dude? No one. Again, I can assure you beyond a shadow of a doubt, 100% shadow of a doubt, there's nobody in my backyard. Unless I personally know them. Unless they are very familiar to me and very well known in my household, they're not going to be in that backyard. Yeah, there'd be a problem, Claria. I guess I'll go finish them off. I don't know. I guess shoot the pieces, whatever's left of them. All right, extreme milk chocolate, $75. All right. What the Marc it's a 15.3% self-employed penalty is what you get. So yeah. What do you not like about the UK though? No, it's not even close to as good as Texas. I mean, I liked the history. Everything is run down. Everything's antiquated. Everything is old. It's moldy. It's cold. It's dark. Everything is overpriced. The taxes are crazy. They literally charge you for everything. You don't have free speech rights. Like there's all sorts of problems. They give you some really crappy free health care that you not really free because you still pay a tax to it. Are there massive difference between the deadlift and RDL for overall hypertrophy? We get into a lot of nuance there. Are you expecting any of your old nemesis? They might. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Marc was a nemesis, and he just gave me a compliment and then a little backhanded called me a whore and a sex worker. He's a whore. He's a sex worker. Because I got my shirt off, looking all sexy and arousing him. Again, his words, not mine. Again, his words. He said he was definitely aroused looking at me. But being self-employed, still have to get own expensive health insurance. Yeah. If you would conventional, no, there's new. Hey, Matt, we're getting into a lot of nuance. I think a stiff leg and an RDL are somewhat comparable, but obviously conventional deadlift is kind of its own lift. It is a bigger, heavier movement still overall, anyway you break it down. True. I outlived a few of them, didn't I? I outlived a few of them. Callie's still hanging on. Callie Muscle's still hanging on. He's hanging on by a thread. Oh, we're halfway there. No, I don't think Marc's health was ever that big of an issue. I mean, he went really hard in the gear, but still. Would I collab? No. Why would I want to collab with Callie Muscle? Was who busted me used drug bust? No, Marc wasn't busted in that used drug bust. With Richard Rodriguez and all that. Yeah. Notice Callie is bulking up more easy. Mike Rashid didn't get busted. Like Mike didn't get arrested, but he was caught up in it. Apparently he snitched. That's what Richard said. Richard got up and said that Rashid snitched on him. That sweet child of mine. I'm not going to try to bust that little thing out on the guitar because I can't do it that well. I need to practice it. They sing like birds. Yeah. So that's what Richard Rodriguez says. Precious, a multimillionaire from one of the biggest grift industries. They're the supplements. You're calling out someone else over moral high ground. and calling them a whore. That's funny though, isn't it? Isn't that cute? That is precious. Yeah, man. Richard Rodriguez said Mike Rashid rolled on him and snitched. He said he snitched for hours. Like he talked to the feds for like 2 hours straight, told them everything. Yep, and he didn't get any time. Like that's what I heard was that Rashid gave names, emails, like he just straight snitched. Got immunity, didn't do a single day in jail. Man. Then I did have the slips. Yeah, I posted it back then. Richard sent me all that stuff. He sent me all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, Rashid snitched big time. So I guess Rashid isn't an OG. Yeah, 0 street cred, right? I mean, he walked into that thing, it was a federal thing, and he did 0 days in jail. You know, he spilled everything. Yeah, it was a RICO case. I mean, everyone would snitch, but here's the point. He's still going to get called on it because he got involved in that stuff. He got involved in that stuff and he just spilled everything. He caved. And that's fine. I get it. Most people would. But definitely not street cred. Marc sells 20 serving tubs of dynamite for $45. His whole site is one big scheme to sell NTS crap. Yeah. But I'm a whore. Callie back on the sauce. But he's been on the whole time. We saw his blood work even from that doctor. Piana somehow evaded everything because he was only partner, dead man tell no tales. He also fled the state. You do know Piana fled the state also because of the charges when his wife went to them for beating the hell out of her. Like he beat her black and blue, broke her nose and everything. She went to the police. So that's one of the reasons he fled too. Between his chemist for his steroid lab dying and then her pressing aggravated assault charges, he fled California. Everything he had was rentals anyways, and he went to Florida. And that's when he passed. You know? Well, I don't know that Piana was a genius. I mean, his business didn't really work there at the end. He took a lot. Keep in mind, Rich only owned like 3% of his company. The biggest shareholder was his first wife. So my understanding was from what I heard, because I talked to 2 of his ex-wives. Amy passed away, but she did used to chat with me a little on Facebook. She told me about some of this. She died recently. His second wife told me a bunch of this, just chatting. So she was kind of cool. I like Amy. But she told me about all this stuff with Jane, like a lot of it. So apparently, because during the divorce, she showed all the domestic violence stuff, when they were splitting up assets, they were hard on Rich. So she ended up getting the biggest chunk of 5% nutrition. Because keep in mind, Rich was married 3 times. Yeah, they contacted me because I was doing all those drama videos back then. I did some of that stuff on Rich or whatever. So it had nothing to do with me reaching out. Keep in mind how much traction I was getting back then on the drama videos. So you guys are forgetting that. So it's nothing to do with anything else. Keep in mind how many views I used to be getting. I used to get several million views every month just on the current event stuff back then. So yeah, Amy reached out to me at one time and looked it up, and she was a real Amy, and she was really had been Amy Piana and everything. And she told me a bunch of stuff, like in voicemails and things. Yeah, people used to come to me all the time when they wanted stuff exposed in fitness. Just like, remember all those receipts I put out from Cali Muscles shipments for all those drugs? That stuff all got sent to me. That stuff all got sent to me. So that's why I published a lot of it. You know, I remember the stuff with Rich too. I had those copies and put all that out. But she didn't really cuck him, dude. She didn't cuck him. Rich was just really, really racist. Like, literally, the famous NBA player was chatting with her and like gave her a hug pretty much. And Rich flipped out. Like, that's not cucking. They didn't have sex or anything. But they were all famous and hanging out in a thing. And, you know, I guess he hugged her and like kissed her on the cheek or whatever. And Rich flipped. So that's why you had all that footage of him dropping the N-word. He was calling her an N-lover while he was hitting her and stuff too. Like, you could hear the recording. Like, yeah, he flipped out, man. And that wasn't a good look for him because, I mean, I remember that, like, that whole recording, like, he dropped the N-word like 30 times. It's like, damn, dude. It's like, it's going to be hard for you to say you're not a racist when you said the N-word with a hard R like 30 times in one recording. It's like, that is not a good look. Man, I mean, just saying. He was getting 20 low ball in front of important people. Jason, do you think? Yeah. Yeah, so people used to always come to me with all this stuff, all the gossip. They used to send me the evidence, the recordings of the screenshots. Like, I used to get all that stuff, and I'd decide what to cover because I was kind of the person doing that back in the day. So yeah, I had 2 of his exes, and I chose not to publish the stuff that Sarah gave me. I still have copies because I kind of told them, and I listened to all of it, and I'm like, he just died. And like, there's a lot of things that I'm willing to do. I'm like, but man, when the guy just died, I don't know that there was any benefit to publishing all that stuff. You know, he was dead. Like, what benefit would there be? It wouldn't affect him. It's not like, what are people going to get angry at him? He's dead. And I know she wanted to put her story out a little, and I listened, and I talked to her and her boyfriend, and they sent me all the police photos. I still have all the photos, the police photos on my hard drive of when she went to the police. Like, I have the picture, like her nose was broken. He broke her ribs. Like, he beat her black and blue. So she went to the police, and he fled California. Then he got back with that other chick who, I'm not going to give my opinion on what I think happened there. That was like the judge, jury, and executioner. And I quit doing all that. Maybe I should return to it one day. It's hard because I'm not in that same loop anymore. People don't send me stuff like, dude, I asked for current events. I'm lucky to get 1 video a week. I used to get stuff every day. People used to just flood my inboxes. Other YouTubers flooded my inboxes. Right? People would send me stuff. Hey, here's the dirt. Yeah, it didn't really hurt him. And I've said, no, I don't think Rich could have been saved. Maybe, I don't know. We could debate how much that other girl maybe was a little bit of revenge. The way they found his body. I mean, he did marry another woman on her when she was in love with him. He kept her as a side chick. I'm just saying. Like, she had admitted that too. She was madly in love with him and wanted him. And he kept her as a side chick and went and married some new girl. And he kept her as a side chick and kept her as an employee. I'm just saying. That's you know. And then she happens to be the only one there. I'm not saying anything really bad happened with that, but Yeah, Genova should have, but he didn't, and here's why. We discussed that in that podcast, didn't we? Didn't that come up? Rich smoothed it over and told him, "Oh man, you know what? If you don't look, I'm gonna give you some shout outs and tell people how cool you are and everything if we just drop all this." Oh, Rich was totally a bully. But yeah, so he smoothed it over and took advantage of Genova's disability, took advantage of it, and said, "Oh man, look, let's not press charges, let's not do any of this. Let's just drop all that, and I'll be your friend, and I'm gonna tell people you're cool and to go follow you, and let's do a shout out and a collaboration together." And Genova agreed to it. Like, okay, yeah, let's do that. You're my friend. This is gonna help me. I'm not gonna press any charges because Rich knew he messed up because he couldn't hold his temper back. Should you be pushing your back against what? I don't use that mental cue. You should keep your chest up to some extent, but you need to be locked in. Get your grip locked in. Get your elbows locked in. I did a whole video on that the other day. I did a whole video on that. So type like squat with or whatever in my channel search engine. I did a video in the last month, literally me getting in a squat rack, breaking some stuff down on how to get set in. It's not cock Indy, it's cock just because I felt like it. I like to just change the names whatever I feel like. You recommend, I've already told you that, White. If you have long femurs, you probably need to do low bar. How many times do you need me to repeat this for you? I'm about to sound like Samuel L. Jackson. Did I stutter, motherfucker? No. English, do you speak it? Come on, man. I've already told you this. Take notes. Come on. Because I'm about to shut this down. We don't have anybody watching it. We're past an hour. So, yes, low bar for you if you have the long femurs. All right, there's only 19 people still in here. I'm shutting them down. I love all you guys and gals. And I'll talk to you next time. Let me give you guys a bicep shot before we go. Oh, bound by Cepheus.